not going to say that because I don't have proof. But you don't need proof. But I can work at CNN with those kind of talking points if I put it at Trump or somebody else. And that's the problem we live in right now. It's a problem. So CNN has attempted to reach Carroll for comment. Oh, see, they say they tried. They tried to do a full news story and get all the information out. We tried. Utah Soccer was extremely disappointed by the allegations in the recent RSL Soapbox article. I like how this is where this is going. These are the parameters, how you speak to slow down the mob. It won't stop the mob. It just slows them down a little bit because you're saying the key words that doesn't trigger them fully. They're triggered, but they're not triggered fully. So they're extremely disappointed by the allegations in the recent RSL Soapbox article regarding Mr. Carroll. The Utah Soccer statement says, Mr. Carroll has spent notable time and energy to further the business operations of the organization. Still, Utah Soccer takes these allegations extremely seriously. Utah Soccer so here's the next thing, to slow down the mob. It won't stop the mob, like I said. It just slows them down a little bit because they're hitting all the, the trigger, the slowing down of the triggers, because there are a bunch of trigger-happy people in the mob. Utah Soccer prioritizes the safety, well-being, and security of the players and employees above all, and does not tolerate discriminatory or degradatory conduct of any kind. See, they hit those things. They do not tolerate this stuff. They will deal with it once there's proof. While Utah Soccer endeavors do learn more about the allegations raised in the article, Mr. Carroll will be taking a leave of absence from the organization until further notice. Good job, mob. Way to get him. This comes after the owner of both teams, Del Loy Hansen, announced he would sell both clubs as MLS and NWSL investigates allegations of racism by Hansen. So he knew. See, smart, rich billionaires, most of them, they see trends. That's why they make money in the stock market. They see trends. I don't see trends. I see trends in development of players and my trends that I deal with as a professional, trying to identify the problems in U.S. soccer, and I try to fight it because I always do it different. And we'll talk about that next. But they read trends, and he saw the trend and go, "Oh, I'm screwed." I guarantee he was in. It's like, I'm out. They're gonna dig up every little thing I've ever said or done. I'm done. He knew it. He's like, so he apologized, which is not good enough because he's still getting attacked, and wants things. He wants to improve himself as a human being, and he's going to sell the team like the mob said, and it's not good enough. Why is it not good enough for the mob? Because if they're not angry, kind of like my podcast, if they're not angry, they have. What are they going to do? They need something to scream and yell at. That's how they function. And if you're part of the mob mentality, now I've been there as a human being. I've been there, but I've grown up. I'm 45, so I've grown up, and I realize the best things in life is you want to enjoy life and stuff. You try to help and serve others, regardless of race or anything like that. You help your community. You serve. And I think that goes across to every human being. Service is real. But frickin', it's so easy to tweet and all this stuff. I mean, it's just crazy. And we're just going to destroy everybody. The thing is, there's no facts to this. It's so easy to find an employee that was upset or whatever. Anyone can manufacture information, and that's what CNN does best, doesn't it? Manufactures information. All right. So here's the nut jobs that decided to come out years later. Freak. This comes after, former employees and players accused Hansen of using the N-word. Okay, so we've heard of, I haven't found that information yet, but I love how the players, former employees, plural, former players, plural. So there's many. Accused Hansen of using the N-word and calling black people thugs, according to the article in The Athletic on Thursday. A former intern told CNN affiliate KUTV. that he was fired after writing an email to Hansen complaining that the equipment manager had used racist language in 2014. That's why he's fired. Of course, that's why it was. It wasn't anything else. He was a perfect employee. I'm sure that was the case. But we're not going to get all the information. You know why? Because it doesn't cause clicks. I clicked on this stupid article mainly because I'm watching the craziness that's going on with anyone being accused by anyone, anything that resembles from the mob. And the mob is coming to get, because this is what they do. You know, they're going to light things on fire. Last night on YouTube, I always watch the Seattle and protest riots. The peaceful protests, whatever. Not. It is not. At all. Not right now. None. So I'm watching it. And they, you know, everyone's filming. So you can get this stuff. So if you really want to know what's going on, you can see it. So in Seattle, this group came out and they all had garbage bags. And then they started tossing the garbage bags over into a federal building, which was fenced up. They increased the fence size to avoid it being burnt down. And they threw in all these trash bags over, and then people are laughing like, oh, they're making it look like trash. And I'm like, they're going to burn it down. Sure enough, they they lit it on fire. They didn't get away with it at the time. I didn't stay up all night to watch for their next building they're trying to nail. It's so disgusting. That's disgusting. That's facts. They're trying to burn down buildings. That there could be people in there, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So yeah, so we have real problems. And if you are, I mean, that's where we're going to go. If you are affiliated with anyone that's being accused, not proven, accused, you better run away like a little girl and get that. Oh, I said little girl. Oh my gosh. So it could come down, say in 10 years from now, say I somehow become rich and I'm like part of something big or whatever. And the mob decided to nail me for saying, calling someone being like a little girl and referencing something where I don't think it's, you know, maybe it's not appropriate to say, but if down the road that reference became something much bigger, like a more disgusting thing to say, but they're going to go back in time and nail me for that, where it wasn't that big a deal for saying, you know, you're being a little girl. That's sexist. I could be done from all my record. I mean, shoot, this is episode 556, and I typically do this on one take. Yeah, I'm not nervous about all. If it happens, if the mob comes and gets me, they get me, whatever. And that's the problem we're in right now. There's no freedom. There's no freedom of just being free to think. I mean, if we can't have the freedom of speech because we're compelled not to say certain words that, you know, we may not even know yet of the importance of not saying it because the mob's going to get you. You know, the whole point of being able to have a conversation is the freedom to speak freely, which might offend people, because if you're going to communicate and deal with an argument, you're going to offend. For whatever reason, this country, we can't be offended anymore. Can't be offended. And I offend people all day long because I challenge them. Speaking of challenge,